Oh, yes, Jake. I'm sure the Vikings are just losing sleep because of that decision that they made. Jake Browning made a brown stain in his pants, and he never recovered. He never recovered. He threw that pick to Isaiah Rodgers and shit himself. He shit himself. He shit the bed. Whole lot of shit was ugly. But I'll tell you what, we got the fattest touchdown of 2025.
Is it blocked again? This time Jordan Davis, the big man, looks for the icing on one big cake. Eagles hang on.
That's right, the icing on one big cake. Change up a few letters from the word cake in there, and we're looking at a totally different situation. When the Eagles defensive tackles are not stuffing their faces in cake, they're stuffing opponents' running backs and quarterbacks, and also stuffing their right foot on the gas pedal.
Were you guys racing to Waffle House?
It was missed kicks galore in week 3. 4 blocked field goals, 2 returned for touchdowns. That's the most in a single Sunday since 1991. And I hate to have to bring this up. I started writing this on Sunday night when I didn't know if Bosa was okay. He isn't. He tore his ACL. He's out for the year. And I crashed out. I work in a restaurant, and there's fridges and freezers just, around me a lot of the times. So I went inside the freezer and I screamed. I screamed so loud, and I thought it was soundproof, but it wasn't, so everyone heard me, so that's good. But, honestly, I needed to do it because hearing that news was honestly probably one of the worst things I heard since Christian McCaffrey isn't coming back until whenever he came back last year. I mean, this is like equivalent to when Garoppolo got hurt in 2018 and when Purdy got hurt in the NFC Championship game. And same thing when Bosa tore his ACL for the first time in 2020. It's just tough. I mean, it fucking sucks. But I will say this, despite being down, their starting QB, receiver, tight end, defensive end, pass rusher, superstar, all around just bear, Bosa, they found a way. That's what good teams do. The way that this team is built is so much different from any other 49er team in recent memory. We're winning the tough games. We're closing out games, which is just something that we've always struggled with, especially last year. So this is a great thing to see, but you just can't replace someone like Bosa, man. Everyone knows that. Isaiah Rodgers can retire because he played the best game I think that'll ever be played by any player. You know who else can retire? Marvin Harrison Jr. MHJ's hands took a vacation this week, and he's about to take a vacation to Cabo after his ass gets cut. And the Jacksonville Jaguars, they are playing like their name. They're playing like a Jaguar. Tough, scary, and Trevor Lawrence is playing like a naked cat. That ugly, that disgusting-looking creature that just roams this earth, for God-forsaken creature sent from hell. Satan's fucking mind came up with this and put it on earth to scare us. Every time I look at this, it's like looking at Michael Jackson. I just get fucking terrified. He's playing like a naked cat. Like he's scared and just ugly. Not physically ugly, but just the way that he's playing is ugly as fuck. I mean, the Jags defense is taking the ball away like nobody's business. They're playing pretty damn good football despite, letting Jake Browning look like Joe Burrow for a little bit. I'm going to have to say it's T-Law. It's Trevor Lawrence. He's a liability. He's not someone that is going to win a game for you. He is going to lose a game for you. That's been the case more often than it's not been. So as much as I think the Jags are excited that they finally have ETN back, they got, a passing game that could look better, but still has so much potential and a really good defense when I probably a lot of them thought that their defense wasn't going to be that good this year. Trevor Lawrence, still a problem. You got to fix it. And I don't know what the fuck they're going to do to fix it, but ain't really much you can do to fix it. So I guess you just got to hope. Emeka Egbuka, are you joking me? Bucks are 3-0 for the first time since 2005, and I need a white creamsicle jersey with Egbuka's number. I need an Egbuka white creamsicle jersey. That is the hardest throwback uniform I think I have ever seen. And the 49ers, no bias, have the best throwbacks. The Seahawks one, definitely up there. I think those are my top 3. But that creamsicle jersey is so cool. Speaking of white creamsicles, that was Justin Herbert's nickname in high school, and that is what Madison Beer calls him now. The Panthers get their first shutout in 10 years. Bryce Young being a part of a shutout is nothing short of a miracle. It's a great way to respond after starting 0-2. Kirk Cousins saw game action for the first time this year, and I'm sure he thought that's what his days in Atlanta would look like for years to come. but they got cut short, quite literally in his first year after signing a 4-year contract, and trade talks have been ramping up in Atlanta. A lot of people are saying Kirk Cousins might be gone, but after watching Michael Penis try and throw the football on Sunday, I am going to go ahead and say that Kirk Cousins is going to be staying in Atlanta, because I don't know how the fuck you could be okay with letting one of the best backup quarterbacks in the league go after watching that performance on Sunday. Aaron Rodgers got his first dub in New England, and the Patriots just completely, I mean, my God, they looked like just like shit. I mean, their jerseys are cool and everything, and 2 game-changing turnovers inside the 5-yard line. I mean, Stevenson fumble and then Drake May interception. You just can't have that. The run game is so bad that they can't find any hole. Henderson is just not being given the ball enough, and I've been saying this since week 1. It's like, how are you going to have all this hype and he looks that good in the preseason and you don't use him? I think it's time. I think we've seen what Ramondre Stevenson is going to give you, and it's nothing good for the most. I mean, he's going to make some decent plays here and there, but the fumbling, the inefficiency, it's too much. New England's got to figure it the fuck out, because they're a pretty good team. I think like they got some pieces there. Yeah, the Patriots just shot themselves in the foot. They took one of the rifles at the Boston Tea Party people, or whatever the fuck they're called, that they used during the pregame, the Minutemen, whatever. They took one of those rifles and they just aimed it directly at their foot or their dick. They shot themselves in the dick. Actually, that's probably what it felt like more than shooting yourself in the foot. They played so fucking bad. It's worse than that. It's like shooting yourself in the dick. So that's what they did. The Indianapolis Colts. And the Indianapolis Colts, they are 3-0 for the first time since 2009. That's when they made the Super Bowl. They made that Super Bowl that same year, and they did lose because the infamous Saints onside kick. That's one of the coolest plays to this day, one of my favorite plays ever. But listen, the Colts are for real, okay? Danny Dimes, Vanilla Vic, Indiana Jones, whatever the fuck you want to call him. He is playing lights out. He's playing like a top 10 quarterback in this league. The Colts look like a top 10 team. They look like a top 5 team. Hell, they look like a top 3 team. They might be the best team in the AFC. Bills and Colts, I need to see that matchup ASAP. Quinton Judkins, instead of, slamming bars and slamming his fists, he slammed his way into the end zone, and he scored a touchdown, his first touchdown of his career. As soon as you think Green Bay is just going to take this, they're going to walk it off. Or like, oh yeah, I knew that they were going to win. The Browns, they're not good enough for this. Green Bay's too good to lose, but nope. They get their fucking field goal blocked. They get their shit blocked and rocked. And seeing Flacco be this hyped at 41 on a team that is so ass, and it's for the love of the game. You can see it. 31st game-winning drive for Flacco. And Green Bay, that's a tough loss because, the Lions look like themselves again. I think the Bears, they just completely shot out of a fucking cannon. They came out of nowhere on Sunday. And Minnesota, all teams had really good wins on Sunday and Monday. So if you're Green Bay, don't get me wrong, you start 2-0, you feel good, get the Micah Parsons deal done, but that's a tough way to go out, because instead of being 3-0, you're 2-1. Because it's not only just losing, it's like the offense looked horrible. And don't get me wrong, the Browns defense is solid, very, very good, despite letting up 41 points, really 34 to the Ravens. It's tough, but you stifled Derrick Henry. You almost beat Joe Bengal and the Burrows. Wow. Joe Bengal and the Burrows. That is a fucking hell of a sentence. You know what? Fuck it. You almost beat Joe Bengal and the Burrows, because that's basically what they are. Joe Burrow is the whole fucking team, because you saw that shit on Sunday that they put together. The fucking monstrosity. So I know what you're walking into, and Myles Garrett is like defensive player of the year, if not him, Fred Warner. It really should be Fred Warner, but I understand. But still, you got to win that game. You just got to fucking win that game. There's just no shot. No chance. Yep, but I think, honestly, if I were Green Bay, I would take a long look at what I got in my receiver room and say the truth, which is we ain't that good. And we got to do something about it before the deadline comes. Marvin Harrison. Sounds crazy. I know. He's just in his second year with the Cardinals. But I just don't think that. I don't even know if you really could. Could you trade someone on a rookie contract? Right? Yeah, you can. I think. I'm very illiterate when it comes to knowing those specifics of contracts and shit. So I don't know for sure, but let's just say in a perfect world, you can. Going to Green Bay, I think that offense fits him better, first of all. Also, Buffalo, too, I think he would be good in. And Caleb, speaking of NFC North, Caleb and the Bears have arrived. 4 touchdowns. Rome Odunze went crazy. He is a great football player. You know who else is a great football player? Caleb fucking Williams. The acrylic assassin showed up and showed out. He fucking just dotted him up with his painted nails with this zesty-ass flea flicker to start the game and to kick things off, and it was off and running from there. Bears get their first dub. Defense looks good. Offense looks good. This is the Caleb Williams we were waiting for, and I knew I was right. I knew I was fucking right about Caleb. I said he was either going to tear his ACL or he was going to be like fucking really good, really great. This is how the Bears should have looked for the first 3 games. I mean, they really got blown out by the Lions, but they should not have lost that game to Minnesota. This is how the Bears should look for the rest of the season, I hope. If they could beat the Cowboys like this, they're probably going to have some tough times beating some other teams because the Cowboys are just not good. I kind of forgot that. But still, nonetheless, good win. And the San Francisco 49ers are not real. We are not real, dude. Absolute miracle of a win. Ricky Pearsall with hands like glue, no stickum. God damn, that catch was awesome on the sideline. Mac Jones, once again, leading us to victory. Mac attack. I mean, this team is built different. There is something special about this team. Any other year, you take 2020, 2018, 2024, all the injuries and shit, it sucks. This season, I ain't that sad about it. It's a little different because we're winning. That makes it all better. So even though we lost some players for a few weeks and for the year, you know, you can't deny that 3-0 is 3-0, and we're in a good position. We just got to get a dub next week because we got a hard game in the Rams on Thursday night in week 5. And the schedule gets a little tougher after that. So we're going to need this one against Jacksonville next week. It's going to be tough to do without Bosa, but I think Purdy is going to be back. I think Jawan's going to be back. So we got some guys coming. Fred needs to win Defensive Player of the Year. That is 100% facts. And if I was Sam Fran, I don't know what I would do with the Bosa situation. I feel like you kind of have to play the committee thing. You have to do the committee approach because it's the easiest, and it's because you kind of invested a lot into your D-line in the offseason. So you kind of want to see what you have there. Bryce Huff is playing really good, so that's a good thing for them because I think without getting Bryce Huff, it would have been tough because he is actually playing probably the best ball of his career right now. And, you know, you got a lot of rookies. If I were San Francisco, I would at least look into trading for somebody, but you just can't bank on anything. You can't just do those things. You got to find the right fit for you guys. Trey Hendrickson is like the most obvious move, but hey, man, I don't care what we got to eat to get him. If we could do it, let's do it. You know, let's fucking do it. And the Seahawks game was a simulation. That wasn't real life. That was not real life, and I did not pick the Saints to win that game, 22-19. I did not do that. That was not me that posted that. Somebody else did. So you're imagining. That shit was a simulation. It was a test by the government to see if AI can fool us. You're not fooling me. All right, because I know that Sam Darnold is not putting up 44 points. Okay, that was what he did last year in Minnesota was a fluke. Just want to let you know. You know who is that good, though? JSN. Jackson Smith and Jigba. She Jackson on my Smith until I in Jigba. And my God, did I in Jigba watching that game because he put up 20 points for me in fantasy, and that guy is cooking. New Orleans, if I were you, I would just blow up my whole organization and just take it from there. But, you know, we'll see what happens. We'll see what they come up with. Probably not anything good. The Giants are poverty. They suck. I'm going to have to eat my words because you know what I said last week. I said that they're going to win. Mark my words. And if I have to eat my words, then that's okay. And it is okay. I'm going to eat them right now. Okay? I will accept. I completely was just in over my head on that. What the fuck was I thinking that they were going to do that to the Chiefs on live TV? Malik Neighbors completely disappeared, and seeing the Chiefs win like that took 5 years off of my life. Cam Scattaboo, walk that shit in, white boy. Scattaboo in the end zone hits him with a backflip, and you know who else was doing backflips? Chris Collinsworth. He was doing backflips on Mahomes' cock. Him finding a way to make this backwards pass / fumble by Mahomes seemed like one of the greatest plays of all time. Just really did it for me. I mean, that just completely... I gave up. I was like, you know what? I can't defend you anymore, man. I loved you as a commentator, but it's just too much. The glazing It's just too much. It's got to stop. I can't do it anymore, man. I can't defend you. I'm sorry. And how ass has Derrick Henry's ball handling been this year? That's how ass. Amon-Ra St. Brown gave us an elite hot mic moment to pair with Kyron Williams from the 1 p.m. window.
Detroit, what a throw and catch.
And the Detroit Lions pulled out this fullback option, which led to this Gibbs TD. And that is the second fumble that Henry has had this year that basically costed the Ravens the game. All that baby oil in his hands. And then Henry proceeded to crash out on the sideline and eat shit. And the Lions are all the way back looking like themselves. They score 38 points on the road in a tough environment against a good team. Yeah, and that was week 3. That's all she wrote. But hold on, there's actually one more thing. Jackson Dart. Jackson Dart is starting. He is playing quarterback for the New York Giants. He's here. He's arrived. It's no longer Russell Wilson. We don't have to sit there and watch his old ass, washed up ass fucking throw a football. We get to watch Jackson Dart, the absolute savage, man, the myth, the legend. He cheated on his girlfriend, not lit, but fucking savage. That's all she wrote for week 3. That's all I got. I got to go. Thanks for watching. Follow The Deep Ball on Instagram. Best football content in America and the world. I'm from New Jersey. Tony Soprano, Gabagool, Baba Booey, Paulie D, The Jersey Shore, Taylor Ham, Egg, and Cheese, your sister's ass. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.